Welcome back to KGPT's Wichita Biz That Is. I'm Tim Witzman with the Wichita Independent Business Association with Sarah Bagby, the owner of Watermark Books. We were talking about buying local. One of the things we've done is start a campaign on that. We have buttons. If you want one, let us know. We don't charge for them. We'd like a contribution. We also have some t-shirts that you can buy that say Keep Dollars Local. I think the hard part is getting people to understand that it really does make a difference in the local economy. It makes a difference in jobs.
Exactly.
It makes a difference in the local government's revenue.
Mm-hmm. It does, actually. I mean, and I like the campaign that the Wichita Independent Business Association came up with, the Keep Dollars Local. It's not just shop local. It's not just, save in the bank. It's keep the money in the community, no matter what way you can. Contribute to local charities, join local organizations. I just think the way you came up with it was really smart.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
First person to say I was smart all day. Let's go talk some more about what's going on in your business.
Okay.
Are there trends, changes in the kinds of books? I mean, at one time, did you sell more histories, romance novel? I don't know what. What's going on? What do the trends look like?
Okay, in fiction, if you have wife, sister, brother, the aviator's wife, the astronaut's wives club, the Hemingway's wife, the Paris wife, all those, it seems like in fiction and popular women's fiction, the backstory is something that people are very interested in these days. Like one popular book right now is called The Astronaut's Wives Club, and it's about the wives of the astronauts that went to the moon.
The Apollo.
And it's fascinating to listen to. On the cover of the book is the photograph of the women that was taken for Time magazine. And they're all dressed exactly the same except for one who didn't follow the rules. And that just gets you going on this whole, they all of a sudden, they were military wives who became royalty, basically. So that backstory is so interesting on a lot of things. What else? History's always popular.
Good, I worry about things like that.
Yeah, I know. Series are very popular. You get a character you fall in love with in a mystery series, you're just going to go after that character over and over and over. So that's one thing. We're always trying to find a brand new series that we can introduce customers to so that they can come back. Some of the things that aren't selling as much, we used to sell, and we still sell a lot because people collect cookbooks, but with the food channel, that's been something that, and the internet, you can just go on and find the most elaborate, complicated, esoteric recipe out there. And you don't have to go buy the cookbook.
I still use my Betty Crocker and my Joy of Cooking. Right,
and they're beautiful. They're so beautiful. And I think one of the reasons people collect cookbooks is because it's about the possibility. You may never get to that meal or have that on your table, but you know what? If I buy this, maybe I'll find the time. Maybe I'll find the time.
Series interests me. Some Patrick O'Brien, I love that series because, every time it took you to a different place, But some, I found, some of the mystery writers, after a while, they rehash themselves.
Right. I don't know how you can go through the whole, without naming any names, how you can go through the whole alphabet and or the whole, every number in the universe and become and be original. I don't know how you do that, but sometimes I don't think it matters. It's just the formula and the fact that it's a good story and it's going to resolve itself, and you can have this little order that comes together in one book when your life may be chaos.
What do you see sort of as the function of the bookstore? What roles does it play and should it play?
Okay, well, in the scope of the industry, independent bookstores are in a unique place to discover debut authors. if there's a story I like to tell that is about, and it has to do with water for elephants. It's a book that became a huge bestseller. None of the chains picked that book up. It really was built by word of mouth in independent bookstores across the country. And pretty soon she was, so that happens. We also, there's another story about a history of publishing. Actually, it's called Hot House, and it's a history of Farrar, Straus and Giroux, this major publisher. It's gossipy. It's New York City. It's this whole history of these gentlemanly business deals, and none of the chains picked it up. But the independent stores read it, loved it. And by the time the book was released, the printing, because of the buzz of the independent stores, the printing was doubled, and the chains got behind it big time. So we're really sort of tastemakers in the industry, and we're dependent on that way. And right now, I'm on the American Booksellers Association, and one of our emphasis these days is to negotiate better terms to get sort of something for that ability to build an author from nothing.
Well, you've been president of the Midwest Booksellers Association. Are others following your lead? Are you? I assume you're leading, not following, knowing you.
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
And are others following our lead? Other bookstores around the country? Yes, there are. We get together, and every independent bookseller that has survived all the changes and the turbulence through this industry has to be very in touch with their community. There is really no other way, because our product can be purchased pretty much anywhere. So our skill has to be in providing relevancy to our customer base.
Yeah, the analogy I get sometimes is radio stations, where ones that were really successful had great community, and now everything runs over a satellite.
Yeah.
And it's not the same.
No, it's not. Well, there's some people picking up that market. I mean, some stations that pick up that market and do local programming, and we appreciate them. They're our neighbors and our friends, and so.
Well, we appreciate you and all that you've done for our community, and it was a great pleasure to be with you today, Sarah.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we will be back again with another edition of Wichita's Biz That Is.